I wouldn't typically show you a plate that I still have the blue wrapper on. Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. This video, I would say, comes highly requested. I have a lot of people asking me what clear jelly stamper products I would recommend, like if you're just starting out, or my top products, and we're going to do a top 20 today. Clear Jelly Stamper has so many great stampers. They have so many great items, but if I was just to pick my favorite items, what would it be? My top stamping polish colors as well. The stamping plates that I'm going to show you are going to be ones that would be good if you were just building your kit, if you wanted plates that would be good for a whole year. So I am going to put like some snowflake plates in there or some spring plates. Most of them you can kind of customize to suit the colors of the season, besides obviously the snowflake plates. Let's get started on it because I think it's going to be a really fun video. Okay, so stamping polishes, I have them narrowed down to 20, and then for stamping plates I have 20 as well. It was very, very hard to narrow it down to that. I do have another video up talking about my top stamping plates. So those plates are all still relevant, and there was a couple that were on my list this time that were on that same list, so you know that they are for sure top ones. But I wanted this one to be kind of more of the Clear Jelly Stamper's newer plates. So if you want to see some more options, I will link that other video below so you can take a look at it too. So let's start with our stamping plates, and then I'm thinking that I can probably demo some of these polishes, some of the plates as we talk about them. So they're not going to be in like chronological order as I say them. I'm just going to grab them here. CJS 237. This one is called Field of Flowers, I believe, and this was a newer release. I love this plate for a few different reasons. I love the greenery. Just on its own, it's fantastic greenery, but it works really good if you're going to create some of those modern looking nails. And I also like it because it'd be good to watercolor in. The double layer stamping of these floral images here, but if you wanted to, you could just use this on its own and create some really fun center stamps, or you could use this one here and watercolor it in. And then we also have some really great modern abstract images that if you wanted to just create a modern abstract nail with this plate, you could do that as well. Stamp some of these down, do some leaves on top, and it looks fantastic. So I just find this plate to be super, super versatile in your collection. And if you're looking for just like one floral plate that you'll get a lot of use out of in different ways, it's definitely this plate. That's something else that I should say about all these plates that I'm going to share with you. The reason that I narrowed it down to these ones is because I think they are going to be your most versatile, not just for certain times of year, but for other occasions as well, or for different types of techniques, such as like watercoloring and that sort of thing. I really, really like this plate. As soon as I got this one in, I was like, that is going to be one of my top ones for sure. Okay, the Flora Nail Shop collaboration plate. I love this plate. So when I opened Flora Nail Shop, we did this collaboration with Clear Jelly Stamper, and I'm so grateful for it because this plate, the stamping plate kind of is like an all-in-one floral stamping plate, which I love. Like if you were only going to pick up one floral plate, this would be the one that I'd recommend, and it was designed for that purpose. A couple of the reasons that I really, really like it, it's got your words down here, your font. So if you wanted to do some like vintage or antique layering, you have one plate and you can use it for it. Also, we have some really fun images here that you could do just like a 1, 2, 3 layer, and it would look really nice. It's kind of the watercolor garden stamping plate inspiration for that. But I also wanted some just really great outlines here for watercoloring in. And then I liked the simplicity of just like the double layers over here and fantastic greenery. This is another plate that I will reach for if I'm just looking for really good greenery. And then some really good sizes to your flowers too. We've got some really, really small ones up here, and then some more medium ones, and then some bigger ones too. It's just a really good all-around stamping plate. I really, really like this. 261. This is another new one. What I liked about this plate is the different variation of flowers that we have. It's not just like the round little outlines. There's some ones where the petals go up over here. There's some that are just like kind of cut off on the side. I just really like that about this plate, that there is some different shapes of florals. I also love the greenery on this one. I really, really like these kind of bigger leaves over here. And then I like that we can watercolor in some of the greenery as well. And then this flower down here, I love this one. I just love the size of it. It's fantastic to just kind of like off center on your nails. Like a really unique floral plate. That's what I like about that one.
Okay, Watercolor Garden. I'm actually shocked that this one was not on my last list because I think it was out at that time. I love this plate. If you struggle with stamping florals, this would be the one that I'd recommend to get. It's very easy to use. You just stamp your images here, and it doesn't overly matter if they don't line up perfectly, which is something that I love about this plate. When you're stamping florals and you want like a gradient of color, I usually suggest going from light to dark or dark to light in your shades of polish. So you would start with like your dark purple, go your medium purple, and then do your light purple, or vice versa, light, medium, dark. I just find that it works a little bit better instead of just pulling like 3 different random colors. But again, you just play around with your stamping polishes and to get the look that you're after. I just really like the gradient. I think it just works really well with this plate. Again, love the greenery. If I'm just looking for just some straight greenery where I don't really want some layers or anything, this is the plate that I reach for, specifically this one. You'll see this leaf in a lot of my designs. A really easy floral plate to use, and that's why I recommend that one. I think this is a really good plate to have in your collection for winter time, fall, winter, sweater type of nails. It came out in a collaboration with Coco and Claire where they had like a sweater kit. So it had your gel, it had a brush, and it had like your sugar powders. I'm not too sure if that kit is still available, but if it is, it's a really nice kit. But if you just wanted to get the plate on your own, I like this plate because it's really nice sweater images to just stamp. That's it. Just stamp some really nice sweater images on your nails. But you can easily use this plate to create your 3D sweater textures too. A lot of really unique sweater images, and they're nice and long too. So if you had longer nail beds, bigger nail beds, it's a great plate for that. And you can also do like create your own sweaters down here by stamping your own lines. So I like this plate. I think this is a fantastic option for wintertime, especially. Like even the Valentine's one, you could totally do some really cute like heart Valentine sweaters. Just a plate that I think with a lot of use whenever you're doing sweater nails. And if you are not the best hand painter for different like straight lines and stuff, a really good plate to consider. Okay, I did throw in just like some random themes. And the reason that I'm showing you them is because I have used them quite a bit. Is CJS H58. So it is a Halloween plate. I don't typically use this as a Halloween plate though. I use it for like goth nails or witch nails. I also love this like grungy image. I tend to use that as like a background a lot of times. I love the potion bottles. You could easily watercolor those in. The witchy kind of elements on here. I tend to reach for this plate a lot if I have any requests for those type of themes. I did a couple like witch crystal inspired nails around, I don't even think it was around Halloween time. I think it was just a random time. And I use this plate a lot for it. It is a fantastic plate if you have clients that get those type of nails. I wouldn't typically show you a plate that I still have the blue wrapper on. I know this is gonna be a staple plate in my collection. CJS 306, this is an all cloud themed stamping plate. The amount of times that I have reached for a variety of different plates in my collection or spent time searching for different cloud images just to add like a cloud accent on the bottom of the nails, or like a whole cloud accent nail if I was doing like unicorns or anything. It would have saved me so much time just to have this plate. This one is all clouds and some really, really unique images too. Like I like how there's like smaller clouds up here, but then we have some really big ones. I like how you have like these 3 layered over here. Ones that just have like cloud accents, which would be really pretty too, or like a heart cloud. I just know that this is going to be a plate that I'm going to reach for a lot for any of those type of themed nails that I'm going to do. And I honestly wish I would have had this in my collection like from day one, because I just think I would have used it a lot. This is CJS C24. Love this stamping plate. It has some of my favorite snowflake images. I love this top one here. I like how it has a lot of like the littler snowflakes on it too, but then some of the snowflakes are surrounded by snow. It just works so well for any sort of accents on nails if you're using snowflakes because of the size of them. But then we also do have a lot of bigger snowflakes too. They're nicely edged. They're not too deep of a snowflake, because sometimes you can get lines on snowflakes that are really, really thick. I don't really personally like that. I like the ones that are a little bit thinner and a little bit more dainty. You can obviously use this for like double layered stamping, but I don't tend to. I tend to just use this on its own just for the snowflakes. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is forever going to be a staple in my collection. AJS 318. I use this plate a lot this year. It is fantastic for doing like a couple different colors as your base and then stamping this as your outline. I just think if you were going to get one leaf stamping plate, you just needed one really good one in your collection, this would be my recommendation for fall. I really like this bigger image too. And then I've kind of struggled playing with these ones, but I've seen some really cute looks on the Clear Jelly Stamper like Instagram account where people have come up with some fun looks with these kind of bigger full images. But just a great leaf stamping plate. Fantastic leaf stamping plate. This one, if you were looking at all of the Clear Jelly Stamper animal plates, animal print plates, I would recommend this one because it is like a well-rounded stamping plate. CJS 77, and I like this because it has all of your different animal prints on it. And I really, really, really like the butterfly one. I think that one is beautiful. But I've used this zebra one quite a bit. I tend to use like your leopard here. I like these ones for the spots on their own. I will hand paint the outlines around them. I really like that about this. But you easily could do some layering here. It's got your tortoise print, it's reptile, and then your snake skin down here. So again, if you were looking at all the options for different animal print designs, this one just has it all. I really like the zebra and the leopard plate as well on their own. And I do use those ones a ton, but I decided to narrow it down to this one because I think, again, this one would just be one that you would get a lot more use out of. One Christmas one, I think. Okay, this one, Clear Jelly Stamper 74. This is a pattern holiday plate, but it is the 2.01. So they had one come out one year, and then this one came out the next year. And I really, really like this one. Is your kind of like plaid at the bottom, which is excellent. But I really like the shapes of the ornaments. I like the little strings that are on here. I love the layers, and I love that there's animal print with this one. I like the trees. I have used this plate so much for accents, and then I will pair it with, say, an animal print accent nail or a plaid accent nail. I just think this is just such a fantastic plate, and if I don't know what to do for Christmas nails, I will usually grab this plate and I come up with all sorts of inspiration for it. All right, so if you were looking for a really good lace stamping plate, this would be my recommendation. Clear Jelly Stamper 178 for this one. I absolutely love this down here. And if I'm doing lace on a nail design, this one is like, I want to say usually the one that I do because I love the surround of it. And I like to just do it as like an accent kind of around the cuticles or around the free edge. It's just my go-to lace print. But I do like this one on this plate too. And you can kind of use this plate as like a create your own lace as well. You could stamp down these ones up here and then go in and do some like accents on top of it. There is some good layering with these plates that you can do as well. Like you can stamp down the flowers here and then layer this on top, or just use this one on its own. It is just a great lace plate. You also have some like damask type of images up here as well, which just work excellent for accents for your nail designs. I really like that plate too. I believe came out as like a summer plate, but I don't just like it for that. This was CJS 243. I want to say this plate was called On the Road Again. What I really like about it is this wood grain down here. I've used that so much for the different nail designs, but I love the other images that are on this plate too. I like the rainbow image on here. I think the little floral embellishments are just adorable, and you could change the colors for the different images and use this plate all year round. Like you could use this little truck up here for like truck nails at Christmas time. I like the little camper. I think it's so adorable. There's also some great hearts on it that would be awesome for Valentine's Day. Some greenery on this plate. It's just like a really good overall well-rounded plate that I think you could use all year round. I actually I never know what category to put this plate into, because again, that just shows you like how much you can use this plate and how versatile it is, because it can fit in so many different categories. I actually keep this in my summer category because for some reason that's where I think of this plate, so it must have come out around then. I wasn't originally going to include this plate, and then I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I think about how many times I have used this plate, it needs to go in this video. So CJS 39, so one of their old ones, I believe it's called the Poet. I like this plate for just the scripts, for all the random scripts that are on here. I love using scripts like this for vintage designs. as like doing like an antique type of nail, stamping some font down on it, and then doing some other images on top of it. That's usually what I tend to use this plate for. But you can even use it at like Christmas time, and they actually have a one for Christmas that has, it's like this, but it just has all Christmas carols on it. But yeah, you can even use it at Christmas time and just pretend it's Christmas carols and stamp that as the background. It does have some really good kind of vintagey images on it here as well, but I tend to use all the different scripts on here for vintagey nails, so I had to include it in here. This plate was a new release from, I believe, this year. Love this plate. Absolutely love this plate. I would love to see another one of these plates. I feel like you can just never have too many stars for your nail designs. So CJS 274 stars. If you were doing galaxy nails, if you were doing astrology nails, if you were doing like witchy type of nails, if you're doing Halloween nails, there's so, New Year's nails, there's so many times of the year that you need stars for your images, and this one just has like a huge variety of different star images. It has like the little tiny ones right here that you would just stamp individually. It's got these star bursts, which I absolutely love. It's got these really unique little swirls. It's got your full image here. This is another one of those plates that I would reach for about 10 different other plates to try and find some really cute stars for nail looks. And then they came out with this one, and now I reach for one. It's just such a great plate, like a staple. It's one that I would recommend like everybody has in your collection because I think you'd get so much use out of it. Okay, this one comes in two different styles, in your mini version and your maxi version. So your mini version has smaller like French tips, and then your maxi one has bigger ones. But if I was to recommend just one to get, it would be the maxi one, because I think the maxi fit a little bit better for more people. The smaller ones obviously would work better if you have like really small nail beds, but I think this one is versatile for more people because the small ones are very small. And I feel like this one being a maxi version, I would even take these images a little bit bigger, because on like wider thumbnails or longer nail beds or anything like that, you would want bigger images than what they have. But this is another one of those like well-rounded plates. You can do like a really cute French tip here. I love this French tip. I think it is so elegant, so pretty. You've got some really great stars. You've got bows. You've got these kind of chevron looking French tips. And then you've got your drip downs too. You could also use it for like creating really deep French lines. Another one of those versatile but staple type of products to have in your collection would be this stamping plate. You also have some really good plaids up here, some animal print, just a lot of images that you would use quite often. So I do really like those. Okay, so for swirls, I really like this plate. I think this one is another one of those like staple versatile plates that if you were just wanting to get one plate to cover your lace and your swirl type of themes, this would be a really good option. CJS 72. I love this swirl image here. I just think it is so beautiful, and I love using this swirl image just like on the corner of a nail, but you can also just use these little swirls here and just stick them like as an accent too. It is designed to like stamp this one down and then this one on top, which is something that you could do. Stamp your solid color down and then you would stamp the lace on top of it. It looks really, really pretty. But I also like that this plate has like these polka dots on them. These make excellent backgrounds for different nail art designs. You also have some of your lattice images here, and then you have these kind of lacy ones that you could stamp on top of here and make it look more like lace. Some really great swirl options on here, as well as florals. And then if you're wanting to look at getting like one swirl plate, this would be the one that I would recommend. This one is Sweet Swirls. I love the swirls on here. And I love the sizes of the swirls on here too. You've got these ones which have some greenery with it. I love pairing this one with like butterfly nail designs or spring nail looks. And you could do it layered as well. So you've got the majority of this base stamped down and then stamp this one right here on top of that, and it looks beautiful. I like this image here, but these lines are pretty thick. So if you were going to use it for somebody who had smaller nail beds, it might just be a little bit too big. I do like this kind of greenery look here too. And then I love this swirl one down here. So really great swirl option. And I love adding swirls to nail designs if you're not really too sure what to add to it, you know, you want something, swirls work really, really great for that. You know, before we start with the stamping polishes, I did want to go over a couple of my favorite tools. Out of all of the stampers that have come out, this is my favorite one. It is like the little bling and it is just so short and cute. The reason that I love this is for creating content, because I create so much content. If I'm trying to film, this one works so good because it's got like the narrower base here to get your camera angle in and get it filmed really nicely. That said though, like you can definitely make these ones work too, but I just find that I reach for this one a little bit more. And then if I did want a big one, I would get the pink one because it's just my favorite. I do really like the little ones that they have too, but I just find if I was only to get like one stamper, this would be the one that I would replace the most often in, because I find that I do tend to reach for this for any sort of image, whereas this one obviously I would just use it for the smaller, more detailed stamping. But again, if I just want one, this is the one that I'm going to reach for. And then another like must-have staple product from Clear Jelly Stamper for me is this brush. It is their cleanup brush. I really like the length of the bristles on this brush. It works really well for getting in really nice and tight on your cuticles and cleaning it up. This is like one of my staple products that Clear Jelly Stamper sells. Okay, so for stamping polish, the first one that I'm going to share is number Neon 1. They do have a neon collection, which I believe features 7 different colors in it. It's a fantastic neon collection. One staple that I have replaced a couple of times because I use it all the time is this one. It's their pink one. I love this pink. It is just such a great pink for anytime you need like a bright pink stamping polish. This one works so good. It is very concentrated. It is very pigmented. It doesn't matter if you put it over black, you put it over white, it is going to stamp really nice and bold. It's just one of my favorite and go-to pinks. The next one would be this one, number 41. This is Sweet Baby Rose. I just love this color. It is named after my daughter as well, which I think is just so special. But it is a great like rose gold, pink rosy gold, so like the iPhone rose gold, not like your traditional rose gold, just like a really great rosy pink option. And it has a very nice metallic sheen to it as well. It is just a fantastic option for like a pink champagne color. So beautiful. I really like this stamping polish, and I use it quite often for floral nails. I love using these for different sort of outlines, which is why you're going to see so many darker shades. But again, these are polishes that I would reach for all the time. I have replaced multiple times, like my go-to stamping polishes that I would use in combination with like watercolor stamping or any of the different looks that I suggested with the stamping plates that I shared. Okay, oh, I should actually start with the stickies, because these would be my number one, like my absolute number one recommendations for stamping polish would be the sticky polishes from Clear Jelly, specifically the clear one, because I use this in combination with chrome stamping all the time, and the black one. I love this black one. I don't even think I really use the normal black stamping polish anymore. I use the sticky black for absolutely everything because I find it just so pigmented. It transfers so nice. I really just like this one on its own in combination with sticky polish stamping. But if you ever see black stamped design, it's likely done with this sticky black because it's my go-to. It also dries a little bit slower than the regular one, so you have a little bit more time to play with it. That said, I do use the white one a lot, the sticky white as well. And then this one, number 58, I really like this one because it is a deep teal. But it like is almost like a borderline black, and then it's got teal sparkles in it. It is just so pretty. And I use it in combination with teal designs, but I also use it in combination where I want something to be like an outline, but not a black. It just works so good. And it's got like just a little hint of sparkle with it. I really like it. And then a color that I want to say was released around the same time. I have replaced this one so many times. It is my go-to brown. I love it for outline. I love it for like the fonts, for like antique nails. I absolutely love this one. This is stamping polish number 60. This is one that I always keep a backup in my collection too, mainly because I love using it as, I didn't pull these very well. I love using this as like my outline for my nail designs if I don't want black. It is just such a beautiful like dark brown color, but it does have a really fine like gold shimmer to it. So it just adds a little something extra to the nail designs. Two of my go-to stamping polishes for Christmas time would be these ones, 61 and 63. I love this green. It is just so, so stunning. And same with this red for if you're doing like red floral nails or like just need like a red peppermint color, this would be my go-to. But I do use these all year round too, not just for Christmas time. They are staples that I do make sure I've got quite a few on hand for Christmas time though. So for say like your green trees, it is just the perfect green for that. It is just a stunning sparkly green. It almost looks like chromed or like metallic when you stamp it down. And then same thing for the red. It's just that like beautiful metallic. I wish they had this like metallic look for every single color because it is just so, so beautiful. And like the red has almost like a pinky vibe to it too. So beautiful. These are just so perfect for this time of year specifically. But again, I use these all year round. Like the green for greenery, the red for floral nails. I use these all the time as well, but definitely go-to products for Christmas time. I really, really like this color as well. So this is number 101. I want to say this one's called Gummy Bear. It is just a beautiful color. I use it a lot for mermaid nails, but even just really fun, like a really fun stamping color on a black nail. It's got kind of like a duochrome look to it. It is so beautiful. It's got like that mermaid type of look. And I really, really like this one for like mermaid nails, ocean nails, snowflake nails. Just a beautiful shade. So the only purple one that I grabbed is this one, number 17. I really like this one because it is a great medium purple, but I would like to see like a lighter version of this as well as a darker version of this because the formula and way this stamps is one of my favorites. It is a beautiful purple for stamping floral nails though. Like I really like using this one as like my medium shade for my light to dark purple options, but the lighter purple that they have is a little bit too muddy for me, and I wish we just had like this one but just a little bit lighter. That's how much I really, really like this one. It's one of the purples that I've replaced most often because it is just my go-to purple from Clear Jelly Stamper. Okay, so they have a gold, and it, I believe it's number 51. This is 123, very similar to 51, but this one is a little bit more champagne, and I tend to reach for this one over the other one. So I thought I would include it in this video. It is such a beautiful, like rosy gold champagne color. I find that it meets any of my needs for gold, rose gold, champagne. And so I use it for all of those different type of shades if I'm pairing it with that for the nail designs that I'm doing. It is just a beautiful and like very versatile gold stamping polish. Okay, the next three are greens. And you're probably going to be like, Talia, why are you showing me so many different greens? I'm going to tell you because they're use these greens so much. So this one is number 123. No, sorry, 124. The reason that I like this one is because I find it a little bit more versatile all year round than the number 61. When you look at number 61, it's like, okay, that is a really great Christmassy green. I can definitely use it throughout the year too. But 123 is a little bit more of that, what I call it's on like the tip of my tongue, like moss type of green look. So because of that, I find that I tend to reach for this one a lot more if I'm doing floral nails. But I do use it a lot for Christmas time too, but it's got like that like vintagey green look to it. So it is a beautiful green. It's not that like Christmassy type of green, but you definitely could use it at Christmas, and I tend to use it a lot for floral nails as well. Just a fantastic green option. And if I was trying to decide between this one and the 61, I might pick 124 just because I think that it would be good all year round. This is 137. This is like a vintagey green. I use this a lot for floral nails, which I'm sure you can imagine. I tend to reach for this color if I'm doing like pastels or I'm doing something that's like a little bit more muted, because it is just that perfect like muted light army green color. Really, really like this one. And I like to pair this one with the 124 if I'm doing like layered looks. So out of all of the light greens and green options that they have, this one is one that I reach for like all the time. I just find it to be a very versatile green that I can use for so many different nail designs, mostly florals, but I do tend to reach for it quite a bit if I want that more muted green look. This one, number 139, I am on my second bottle of this because I just reach for it all the time. It is one of those colors that is so dark you think it's a black, but it's not a black. It's actually a green, but it is a very, 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 very dark green. And so because of that, if I'm doing anything that I need, if I'm going to watercolor a nail design that is florals, I would stamp it in this instead of black, just because it adds a little bit more to the design and it's not as harsh as black. And I love colors that are colors, but they're so dark you almost think they're a black, because I just find personally for me, I reach for them a lot. And this color is no exception. I absolutely love this one for outlining. I think it is just such a beautiful dark green. And if I want to do any sort of like layering with my floral designs too, it works fantastic for that. I just really, really, really like that green. It is one of my top greens out of my entire collection, because of how often I reach for it for outlines. Number 163 is like your perfect muted light pink shade, but it's like got a rosy vibe to it. I tend to reach for this one a lot if I am doing floral designs. It is so beautiful, just such a great like rosy shade, more of like a medium type of rosy shade, but it is just so beautiful. And then use this with like a light pink and then like a darker pink, and you have your three colors for your like gradient of floral stamps. This one is newer to my collection and again fell in love with it instantly. Number 167, it is this beautiful shimmery blue. So similar to that 61 and 63 where it's got that really nice like sheen to it when you stamp it. It is just like a perfect blue for winter nails though. And it is so stunning when you stamp it on top of white. Really, really like this one. And because it's newer to my collection, I haven't used it as much as I would like, but I'm pretty sure that anytime I do snowflake nails that require a little bit of blue, this is the one of the ones that I'm going to reach for. Just a beautiful blue option for stamping. This one just came out. Number 227. I cannot remember how they marketed this color, but it is a super, super dark blue. It is one of those colors that you think it's black, but then you stamp it and it's like a dark color. And it is a dark blue. And I feel like they said it was like a dark, like a black, but it definitely has like blue undertones to it. Like a black with like blue undertones. And I tend to reach for this one quite often lately for outlines when I want something that is really dark but a little bit of a color to it. This has been my go-to lately. And I have a backup one because I've used it so much that I'm going to run out of it right away. Number 198. I use this one a lot with that leaf stamping plate that came out this year. It is just like your perfect coppery color. It is so pretty. And it has that really great metallic sheen that we have seen from some of their like metallic stamping polishes. Just like a beautiful metallic look to it. Really, really like this color as well. And then the last one that I grabbed, again, is a newer to me color. I know that I'm going to be reaching for it. I'm like wearing it out over here. There's so much acetone. It is number 222 and it is like just your light beige color. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, but I know that I'm going to get some use out of this for if I need different type of skin tone looks on like a paler complexion, or if I need like just a plain beige color for floral nails. I just know that this is going to be a versatile stamping polish color for me personally in my collection.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I would love to know what your favorite products from Clear Jelly Stamper are. What do you reach for all the time? Which stamper is your favorite? What plates are your go-to? Definitely comment below and let me know. Make sure you are following me on all of my social media, and I will see you guys in the next video.